Good morning, everyone. Today we are back to playing with Ginger over at Ginger's Corner, and so we are doing embellishments, and there'll be a list of everybody who's playing along. And our theme for today is King for a Day. And now my husband, he sings, he's not a handyman. He actually drives a forklift at work. So I'm gonna pull in a little bit. But anyhow, he does have a toolbox, so but he doesn't have a tool bag. But I found this tool bag, die, and rubber stamp. This here. Let me see. Put it here. So this is a rubber stamp, and then all the dies came with it. And oh, I don't have the little bag out here. Well, the little bag is awesome because it's like when you cut it out, it actually cuts these little pockets into it. It cuts it pretty tight. I mean, it could have been a little tighter here, but otherwise it's awesome. And in fact, I didn't even notice that until just now when I was looking at it real good. But anyhow, I took this paper. It looks pretty much like a vintage paper bag is what it looks like to me, that's been kind of crumpled, antiqued around the edges. And I had tried another paper. Do I have that out here? I tried another paper, but you couldn't even see the stamping on it. Let me see which one it was. This is Minte. I tried rubber stamping on this, but you couldn't even see it. So, so I thought I'm just gonna find something else. And my goal was to have it look like leather, a worn leather. And so this is what I decided to use. Sorry, I had to go get a drink of water and I just abruptly left. Okay, so I went and got the die, so you can see that too. And so this, the way that it cuts, it does not cut all the way through. There's like spaces in between. So you have, it really divides them up. It's super cute. Okay, so here's the two, well, I have two here that I can work on. I actually cut out 6 because I make 4 for the swap, and then I do 1 for myself, and then I do 1 for my scrapbook buddy. So these are the 4 that I have here now, but I have this 2 more. And I wanted to show you, oh, actually on this. Okay, so around the edges, it was darker. So when I rubber stamped, I only did around the edges. So I actually stamped it. Let me show you. I stamped only around the edge like this. And then I went to this side over here. So it's like, so that's what's missing here, because I wanted it to look, more aged at the edge. And I think it did a fantastic job. That's how I did it all the way around. So then I die cut I rubber stamped all the tools. And now some of them did not work out really well, but I will re-stamp them or stamp them on the other side. And then I die cut those too. And when I cut them out, let me show you here. When I die cut them, they left an edge. So I just decided I was just gonna fussy cut them. So I haven't fussy cut all of them, but I will just, sit in front of the TV and do that. So that way I'll never even know that I did it. Are you guys like that? If you're doing it, just do something in front of the TV, even though I'm really paying attention to what I'm cutting, not to the TV hardly at all. I really just kind of listen, and because I'm really into the cutting. But it's like you just never realize how much you actually cut. So anyhow, when I cut the hammer out, I cut it out in wood first, and you can see it's got a lot of edge on it. And you know, like I said, I just decided I was just gonna cut them out. And so once I cut that off, I actually just rubber stamped the, let's see my part, I just rubber stamped just the top part of the hammer so that I could have that in metal color, and then put it right on top of the piece of wood. So here's my, just my wood one before it's trimmed, and then I actually cut out one of these, like this one here is cut out with the die, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna trim around it. I'll just finish cutting these by themselves. It's just not that big of a deal, and because that's the way I want them. I don't know if anybody's as weird as me about it, but I think because I fussy cut all the time, I'd rather just see it look better, or you know, without the shadow or the extra outline around it. So I just decided I'm gonna do it, because if I don't do it, then I'm just like, oh, I wish I would have did that. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm gonna do that with all of them. I'm gonna finish cutting this one since I started it. And these little Tim Holtz scissors, I just love them. Oh, I'm totally out of screen. I just love them. So it's like it just doesn't bother me to cut with them. I just get the job done. Okay, so I'm not gonna bother doing this one, but so I have done it with this one here, and then all these other tools. So, but I mean, it's like this cut out fantastic. The tools, I mean, really, it cut one side pretty good, and then the other side is showing. So, or you know, you need to cut if you want it that way. So anyway, I'm going to put these, I'm going to put the hammer in here. It just seems like that's where it was supposed to go. And I think I need to just kind of open it up a little bit. So I'm just going to slide my scissors in here, so it just makes it a little bit easier. And then I'm going to stick that hammer in there. And I haven't decided if I want to go ahead and glue them in there, or if I think that anybody who gets them would rather have them not glued in there. That way they can, you know, pull out the tools that they want to. But whoops, I just popped it through the other side. Okay, so, oh, and also, you see how some of these have red. Now, whenever there was wood, I actually just stamped the wood and put that on there, because I wanted a wood handle, even though I'm sure I could have colored it to look like that. I just thought I would do that. And so I did, and then, but whenever these here, I thought I'm gonna color these, and I decided I wanted to have red tools. And now, you know, my husband, he just actually has assorted tools, because, you know, I told you he's not a handyman, so it's like he might have one tool of one brand and another tool of another. I am using Martha Stewart Craft, and they're arts and craft marker set, and they are made by EK Success, and it's a real nice selection. So I really love them, so that's what I used, and they work real well. So I'm gonna put my tools in here. This one's a really big one, so it definitely needs to go in the back. So the little pockets are open, so I can just put my tools right in there. and I'll just push them in until just before they, you know, slide out. Now this one, I don't know where it would go, and also I'm thinking I'm just going to put part of the tools in here. Like that. So there's 4 in there, so I'm going to put 1 more in there. So I'm going to put the wrench. Now I got to say that my favorite tool isn't even in here, and that's needle nose pliers. I've made jewelry ever since I was a teenager, and so it's like I use the needle nose pliers almost like another set of hands. And so I'm gonna have that there. I'm gonna probably tip this like this. I kind of want things not looking identical, but I don't want them to pop out the bottom. So maybe those ones I'll kind of have that way. These ones I kind of have that way. And then I'm gonna put these tools here, the drill, the saw, and the screwdriver. Well, I could put the screwdriver in here maybe. That way I'd have 5 in here, right? Yeah. No, I'd have, yeah, see, I want to have an odd number in here. So this is 5. But maybe I'll take that out and put the screwdriver in here instead, because those shapes are so much the same. So maybe I'll put that in there. Or I could even put these 2 in the same one. I almost want to do that. It almost sounds like it's raining. Oh, I guess just maybe the furnace. I don't know. I hear so many noises here, especially when I'm here by myself, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna stick the screwdriver in there. I don't know. I guess I don't like it in there. I guess I don't want them together. I want them to have their own place. Actually, you know, if I had this, I would have all of them inside, but I think I might just leave them like that and let, you know, whoever decide what they wanna, when the people get them, decide what they wanna do with them. Because I was gonna glue this to the front and then this to the front, but I kind of don't like them there together. But, you know, so I'm thinking I will just glue this one to the front. And so I've done these ones with the red ink, or, you know, arts and crafts markers, and then I did gold in here because I think the fluid is always kind of a golden color in the level. And then I took a gray marker, and let me just show you in one that I have over here that I haven't trimmed around yet. I was thinking I trimmed around a whole nother set, but I'm not really seeing it. Okay, so then I went and kind of added, you know, like a little bit of, whoops, a little bit of shadowing wherever I thought there'd be some. So just kind of on the bottom, maybe to one side. Now since this is on the top, I thought this whole thing might be shadowed, but I just shadowed a little bit of it. And like the hammer, oh, this hammer I did not shadow, so I've got the other one up here, so I did 2 hammers. So I would put a little bit of shadow here and on the bottom, any place that was on the bottom. And so that's what I would do with them. And I've already done that with these tools also. Oh, this one I actually did it when it was in the pocket, so it didn't get the whole shadow. But like I would just do a little bit of shadow to kind of give it a little bit of dimension. And I did that with this here. And yeah, all the tools. Do I have a little bit of everything here? Yeah. So now this one needs to be cut out. You can see how it doesn't look cut out real well. And I like it to look like this. So my decision is, do I want to glue them in there or just give them the tools? I just haven't decided yet. Decisions. Oh, and I took that out. Now I can't get it back in there. Oh, it's because it was up here. Oops, now I got that sticking out of the bottom. So, okay, so I like the screwdriver in there and the wrench and whatever that tool is. And because I see it like this, if it's on my layout, that's how I want it to look. Like that. So I'm gonna glue one, it'll be mine, and then maybe I'll decide later if I'm gonna glue them all or not, but I'm gonna glue one because this one will be mine for my friends, because I will probably glue hers too, because I kind of like that idea of it being glued. And I want it to look like this is just set in the front. So I'm covering up that little foot that's here because there's little feet on the bottom of the pieces. So now I'm going to stick a little bit of glue under each of these. Or I guess you could put washi tape over them. Just anything. Oh, that one I'm moving out of the way, so I'll have to see what that is. It might be the screwdriver. No, it wouldn't be the screwdriver. Maybe the wrench. Oh, I don't know what it is. This thing here? Yep, that there. So I'm gonna just put a little glue under that. And then the hammer. And I'm probably totally out of screen by now. I just keep sliding. Okay. Oh yeah, I like that. I think I'm gonna probably glue them all. I like how that looks. Maybe because it's not moving around. But I think they're super cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and make more, and then I'm going to get them ready. If you decide you want to play along with, just go to Ginger's Corner on Facebook. That link will be down below, and all the other people that are playing along. There's actually one link that takes you to a YouTube hookup where all the people that made embellishments through this whole month and last month, well, this month is our first one this month, so all last month and then today's, and the list of everybody there. And so if you haven't seen all of mine, that list, I'll be there in that list also. But you can also just go to my playlist because it will say that. But I just usually go there now and just go to everyone that I haven't seen, because a little red line shows up if you've already seen it. So I really like that. So that's it for today, and I'm gonna go and fussy cut my little edges off, and then I'm gonna glue all the rest of them, and I will have a picture of this at the end, and maybe of all of them if I get it done before I decide I'm gonna load the video. So thank you for joining me. Oh, and I'll also put the link to this stamp set and die. It was on Amazon, and I think it was like $6 or $4 or something. It wasn't very expensive. So thank you for joining me. It's like no special brand, I don't think. Well, it's not one of the real famous brands. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day. And like I said, I will have close-ups at the end, and probably maybe at least 4 of them done. So thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.